Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Hey guys, welcome back to Meiburg's Garage.
Today we got some new front tires and rims.
We're gonna mount the rear tires on the hubs. The adapters came, we got those mounted to the hubs. We're gonna mount the hubs onto the axles. This thing's gonna be rolling by the end of the video.
We're gonna get these old tires off the front and put on some nice beefy ones.
We're gonna try to get the chain installed on the axle. We got this crossbar in place. We're gonna weld it so we can put some switches there and start the wiring on next video. It's the last part of the roll cage we gotta get installed.
This is basically gonna be our dashboard.
And then we're gonna put another steering shaft mount down there so it can sturdy up the steering a little bit. So yeah, let's get to it. It's gonna be a fun video. Alright guys, now we're gonna mount the steering shaft support for the lower end. We got some of this 5/8 inside diameter tube to mount it. We got some of this 1/2" square tubing to support the shaft mount. We're gonna have to cut here because up here our angle is too high, so when you turn you don't get all the turning you can, because as you can see it hits here. So we're gonna lower this so we can have a little bit better of a angle pitch for steering. So gotta kinda get this steering shaft mount into surgery and chop about 1 inch off. And I don't know exactly how much we're gonna chop off, but we'll cut it and then we'll see how much we need to chop and we'll get that the right spot. Hopefully this won't be in your legs too much. I believe so. Oh, dude.
Wow, 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 wow.
Is it on? It was just, oh, you plugged it in and it was on. It was on.
Jesus.
So sketch. Alright, straight down. I feel like that's good.
Right there?
Yeah.
Alright. Hold everything. I need to get that. Alright guys, so we're done this section of the steering mount. Now onto the lower section. We just got to use some of this 1/2" square tubing, kind of like we did here, and just brace this from each side. One on the lower, one on the upper. And then our steering should be done. We're gonna get some more of these collars to lock on so that it doesn't move up and down. Alright, let's start measuring the length we need of the 1/2" tubing, and we'll weld it all together.
Brother.
What?
He's like my worst nightmare.
Yep. Tires suck.
Yeah, man. Like, I'm not even close. Yeah. And I think we'll be back after these short messages.
Got it. Got it.
Right back. Oh man. No más.
Smack it!
On fire. Got it.
Oh, it's off, huh?
It's off. Yeah. Can't switch it over faster. Got it? Yep. There you go. Alright guys, we got these mounted. A little sketchy, but it's the only way we know how. Alright guys, now we're going to work on putting the back wheel hubs on with the adapters that we have. Now we're going to put the wheels on and get this thing rolling. It's going to be set on the ground and you're going to see the ride height, how close to the ground it's going to be, but nothing this 3/16 steel can't handle. Now the tires. We did Loctite the nuts onto these bolts for the adapters to the hubs, so they shouldn't ever come loose. Damn boy, she thick.
Damn, boy, he's thick.
Damn, dude, it looks so good. Good enough, you're on it. Alright, take the jacks up. Hold this for me. You ever seen that?
Guido, it's time.
This is dope. What door bars in my Miata? What? I'm going 60 northeast. This is sick. You want to sit here?
Yeah.
Got a parking brake. I don't know if you guys saw, we took this bolt out so we gotta get a different size bolt. So you got this switch plate from Amazon. Flick on the ignition, start the motor. You can flick on like headlights and then like maybe underglow or something. I don't know what the third one would be. Or you could do like left headlight, right headlight, I don't know. We might get like some little yellow fog lights or something. But this is gonna be over on one side, like over here. It'll be here somewhere, but it's gonna look pretty cool. So that's gonna be there. This is a little GPS speedometer we have. We're gonna weld a little hood over it, keep the wind from hitting it, and then it'll go over it a little bit, so in case there's sun shining down, it doesn't block the light from being able to be seen. We got the wheels on. We got the steering shaft mount done. We got the back wheels on. This thing rolls. It's so badass. I love the open rear fender look on it.
Alright guys, it's day 2.
Today we're going to put the chain on and then make a bracket for the brake to mount to and then mount the brake, and hopefully this thing will be able to stop. Might take a little longer than we hope, but we can always upgrade the brakes in the future. We got a little drum brake to start on this thing, but we got a lot more power than that drum brake is probably supposed to stop. That might be one of the first upgrades we do. Other than a seat. I think a seat might be one of the first upgrades.
So let's start with the chain.
Let's get a grind on. Alright guys, so when you put the chain on, normally you would have two links like this, where the outside link would be a master link. But the way that our chain lines up, it's a small link to a big link on that 54 tooth sprocket we have. So what I got here from my work is a chain kit. It's a little repair kit. It comes with a half chain, and a half chain fixes the problem that we have. It also comes with some of the other things like a master key, so if we put that 44 tooth sprocket on and the chain is correct, we can always just use a normal master link. But right now with that 54 tooth, we're going to use this half link. We're going to cut this chain to length and pop this bad boy on.
Which one?
Alright guys, we got the chain set up here. We got to punch out this yellow pin. I've got it set on a nut so the pin can go through it. Let's see if this works.
A few moments later.
So this is the part that's going to secure it to the axle. This bolts to this flange. And then this is the actual brake material. So it's like a drum brake. We're going to weld a mount to bolt this side to. And then our cable is going to pull this side to that side around this right here. We're going to get this all bolted together, mount it where we want it on here, and then make a bracket a little like 90 there, weld it, and then we'll go up from there where we bolt it to the bracket. So get this out of here for now. Let's mount this up. Alright guys, so one of the few things we're actually bolting on this thing, not welding on it. So get these bolts through. Brakes mounted on there. Well, that's not a drum. I guess it is a drum. I don't know. Comment in the comments below what this is called. Whatever this is mounted to the flange, to the axle. Alright guys, I got the holes drilled for the brake. So let's mount it and see what it looks like.
Alright, so our brake's hooked up, our chain's hooked up, our tires are on, our front tires are on.
Alright guys, we'll see you guys next video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Don't forget to tell me what this brake part's called in the comments below. Looking good.
Oh no!
Oops!
Perfecto mundo.
We had a whole ass video on those front tires. And I was like, alright, got our new front tires in.
Hey, but we also made a whole ass video about we're gonna be replacing a lot of parts.
We didn't tell them before we even get the thing running.